Welcome to Expanding Your Conference Experience. This is a webinar sponsored by the International Association of Emergency Conference Managers Conference Committee. We offer this webinar so those of you who might be new to the association or the annual conference can get the most out of your conference experience. I'm Mike Gavin, chair of the conference committee, and I'm joined by Donna Franklin.
Hi.
Dave Barber.
Hello.
Our conference chairs, and Julie Husk, our conference manager.
Hello, everyone.
By the end of this webinar, you should have a much better idea of how the conference program is structured, as well as how to plan your time while you're with us in Grand Rapids. Please feel free to ask questions as we go along. Simply type them into the question box, and we'll do our best to answer them during the webinar. If you have a question that's a bit more specific or needs more time than we can offer during the webinar, we share our contact information at the end so that you can reach out to us. All right, so here's the agenda. Why should I go? What's happening? What is this thing called EMEX? A little bit about speakers, a little bit about the conference program, and then what else do I need to know? We're going to be speaking to these items as we go through this webinar. Donna, you want to tell us why we should go?
Sure. The reason that I go is because it's a great way to catch up with my colleagues and to reacquaint myself with old friends and meet new friends and welcome newcomers and just see why people are coming to the event. And it's also a great way just to get into the spirit of the conference.
David, anything you'd like to add to that?
Well, the world of emergency management is full of vibrant, interesting, and interconnected great people. I always find it very invigorating to go and reconnect with people that I know, meet new people, and find out what's going on in the world of emergency management. And there's no place better to get all of that than at the IAEM conference.
Absolutely. The networking is probably one of the biggest things I attend the conference for, not only to see my peers, those that are in my discipline, and some of those outside the discipline. One of the other things I encourage you to do is look at the testimonial video on the homepage of the conference website. There's some great testimonials as to why other folks also attend this conference. And that can be found at iaemconference.info.
All right, we have many events that happen and sessions that happen before, during, and post-conference. Starting off here, you see several logos on this screen. These are all logos from our training providers that are offering courses both pre and post. Many of our training courses are offered free for registered attendees at the full basic and student rate. If you haven't already registered for a class or know somebody that's interested, there are some spots still available. You can find out all the course selections by looking underneath our conference website, underneath the program tab. It lists what days these are starting and how many days they are. Throughout this webinar, we'll talk about our tour. We have a tour on Saturday evening of Spectrum Health. It's a free tour that you can add to your registration. We also have escape room outings, discount tickets to some events, show your badge opportunities to some local attractions. We'll cover the Student and New Emergency Manager networking event, other various networking events we have at the conference, plus our EMEX receptions, which start on Monday evening and go through to the end of the conference.
Hi. The conference kickoff we have on Sunday evening. It's a great place. It's going to be in a beautiful facility, and there will be good food, and it's a great opportunity for you just to meet people before the conference starts, make connections, kind of get in the spirit of the conference. It's a wonderful way to introduce people that you know to other people and to newcomers. We will have icebreaker games to help facilitate the networking, and it's just a really great time. So Make sure you save time to come to that. And if you are new and this is your first time to the conference, I encourage you to go to the meet and greet at 5:30 in the Ambassador Ballroom. The actual welcome party will be in the Grand Rapids Public Museum, which is a beautiful facility.
On the main stage, some of our keynotes that we're going to have this year are Mona Barnes, who's the state director for the Virgin Islands Territorial Emergency Management Program. And with all the hurricanes that she's been dealing with, I think her presentation is going to be phenomenal. Ms. Rebecca Costa, an American sociologist and futurist, will be speaking. We also have Lieutenant Colonel Chris Kalinsky, who's with the Michigan State Police. He'll be talking to us about some of the issues that they've been dealing with. And then we have Dr. Frank DeAngelis, former principal of Columbine High School, that's going to be talking about some of the things that he learned, not only from Columbine, but some of the things that he believes in and changes as we're looking at some of the violence that's going on in schools today. And then, of course, we have Al Davis, the Deputy Director of Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service, and the chair of the National Domestic Preparedness Consortium will be speaking to us on the importance of continuing education and some of the opportunities that are out there for us. One of the items over the years that folks have asked for is more opportunity to do some networking. So what we decided to do this year as a change was not to have a speaker or anything really formal on Monday's networking lunch. What we're going to do is save that to be a networking session. We ask you to come early, grab a table. What we're going to do is have some networking topics on signs on the table, just kind of as an icebreaker. Some of those may be hobbies. Maybe we'll have one that says mitigation. Maybe we'll have one that says home brewery. May have one that says Detroit Lions, fantasy football. So again, the emphasis is to grab a seat before 12:15 because they're going to fill up fast, and it'll give you an opportunity to sit and talk with some folks and maybe discuss some of those topics. Lunch will be served buffet style, and of course, it's included in all the registrations to the conference. One of the other main action items, a big component of our conference, is a poster showcase. Participants in the showcase have entered either into a competitive or a non-competitive division. The competitive division participants will be presenting their posters to a group of judges to see if their poster meets a standard of gold, silver, or bronze recognition. And then we'll have ribbons that will be affixed to those posters after the evaluation. On Tuesday, October 23rd, during the morning break, those participants are going to be standing by their posters, ready to answer questions regarding the research or findings about their poster. New this year, several of our caucuses and committees will be displaying the great work that they've accomplished, and have a representative from that caucus or committee will be available to answer questions that you may have on Tuesday morning during that session as well. This is a great opportunity to learn more about the caucuses and committees and to talk to some of the folks that are actually on those committees and caucuses. One of the other events that takes place is the new emergency managers, future leaders in emergency management reception. And that's going to be held Monday evening, October 22nd from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And again, this is a great networking opportunity to talk to current and past leaders in all areas of emergency management. I would highly encourage you to attend.
On Tuesday morning, also at 8 o'clock to 9:30, there's the career workshop. This is going to showcase how emergency managers can make themselves more competitive in today's job market. Whether you're just getting started in the world of emergency management, or you're somebody that's contemplating making a career change in emergency management, this workshop can provide you with information on finding the right job for your interest, outlining strategies for making yourself more marketable to recruiters. It will help you craft an effective resume and discuss ways to prepare for interviews. As an extension of this workshop, the conference committee has created opportunities for resume reviews and one-on-one mock interviews. Please check the conference schedule for exact times and make sure that you bring a hard copy of your resume for this portion of the workshop. Should be very exciting.
At the conference, we have breakouts, we have plenary speakers, we have keynotes. One of the other things we highlight is our spotlight sessions. That's going to occur Tuesday, October 23rd from 8 to 9:30. And we have 6 sessions going on at the same time. These are 90-minute sessions with question and answer. And as you can see, our presentation and our presenters, this is usually a current or a hot topic. Pam Hobbs will be doing her career workshop. If you're looking for a job in all the right places is the theme. Great place to get some good information. Jennifer Tobin with the Natural Hazard Center will be talking about children, youth, and disasters and explaining what the research that she's done tells us as emergency managers. Jim Byrne and Jamie Richards will be talking about security and safety at outdoor special events. Then we have the National Weather Service. We'll have a panel of experts that will be talking about evolving the National Weather Service, meeting the growing needs of the emergency management community. That should be an outstanding panel. And with the NFPA 3000 standard coming out, it's a new standard, the national standard for preparedness response and recovery to active shooter hostile events. We will have NFPA committee members that are actually going to be talking about the intent and the implications of this standard throughout the United States, because it's going to impact emergency managers in all different aspects, whether you're local, state, federal, at a school, with a hospital, even in the private sector. And then the other one we have is Chuck Costo is going to be presenting on Station Blackout, an insider's perspective on extreme crisis leadership during the Fukushima nuclear disaster. Chuck has presented before, and we're very pleased to have him back again.
Tuesday morning, we have one of my favorite plenary session things, and it's the EMvision Talks. The EMvision Talks are kind of our version of the TED Talks. They're very short, dynamic talks with people who will be addressing topics from the Me Too movement to making tabletop exercises fun and creative ways to engage the public. This is a fast-moving event, and it's really engaging. It is Tuesday at 10:15, so make sure that you are awake and come to the session.
There are several other events that take place that are not really with speakers that are outstanding. And really what this does is it supports the next generation of emergency managers. And those 3 events are the Basket Bonanza, the silent auction, and a live auction. All funds from this go to support the IAEM Scholarship Program. This program provides scholarships through a competitive process to students working towards degrees in emergency management, disaster management, or some closely related field of study. To date, the IAEM Scholarship Program has provided $98,500 in scholarships to 56 students. The IAEM Basket Bonanza, it's a raffle of theme baskets which are on display in the registration area. You buy tickets, drop them in the basket, they pull your number, you're the proud winner. The silent auction and the live auction items may be previewed online or live at the conference in their designated locations near the registration table. The scholarship auction starts at 6 p.m. in the back of the EMEX hall, and there'll be plenty of signs directing you how to get your paddle, how to register for that. Detailed information regarding the bidding, the tickets, and the drawings can be found under the IAEM Conference website. Again, IAEMconference.info. Go to that website, you'll get a lot more information. But again, we ask you to support these. The Basket Bonanza is great. The silent auction, you put your bid down on it. And then the live auction, of course, is a lot of fun as we see people bidding back and forth against each other. And it's all for a great, worthy cause.
So you've heard this word mentioned several times, EMEX. What exactly is EMEX? It's the place where you can go and see a wide variety of organizations and companies showing you the latest innovations, the latest products, the latest services, the latest training opportunities, all laid out in an orderly fashion for you to walk through and look at. If you're looking for a particular product that relates to the world of emergency management, chances are you're going to find a vendor there that has that product and can talk to you about that. If you're looking for a training organization or a company that can help you with some part of your project management, you can find that there as well. Or if you just want to stroll up and down the aisle and network with your friends or meet new friends, there is no better place during the conference to do that than at EMEX. It is a great place to get information, share information, and meet people.
So we have 3 book signings at the conference. They're all going to be on Tuesday. The times here are on the screen. They're also on our conference website underneath the special event page. Heather Beal is the chair of our Children and Disasters Caucus. She has 3 award-winning books, children's books that she has published. They'll be available. She'll do book signing. There are also a few copies that will be available in Spanish. Chuck Casta, as Mike had mentioned, is one of our spotlight speakers. He'll be doing his book signing immediately after his session on Tuesday morning. Rebecca Costa is one of our plenary speakers who also has a book out. Her second book, On the Verge, talks about pre-adaptation, as she calls it. You'll find all more about that, how to predict the future, in her session on Tuesday afternoon. And also these books will be available for purchase starting on Saturday in our bookstore, which is in the registration area. So you can pre-purchase it and then come have them sign it, or you can purchase it at their book signing during these designated times.
Well, IAEM is only as strong and as relevant as our members, and we like for people to be involved in our organization. And if you're new, or even if you're not new and you haven't gotten deeply involved in IAEM, here's some information on how you can get more deeply involved. The caucus and committee meetings are on Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Look at the specific times. Some of them are on Sunday throughout the day, but the regional meetings for the IAEM regions are from 5 to 6 on Monday. Most of the caucus and committee meetings that aren't on Sunday are Tuesday from 4:15 to 5:15, and the rest of them are on Wednesday from 4:15 to 5:15. If you're in the world of higher ed, you're in the world of childcare, you're in the world of healthcare, or you're interested in some other specific aspect of emergency management that's a focal point for you or a passion for you, chances are there's a caucus or a committee that's interested in that. You might be a technologist. Work there and find the caucus or committee and be involved in that caucus or committee, and then that will help you be more involved, and it will make IAEM a greater organization.
Last night we have the presidential dinner. This is always a great dinner. It's very good food, and it's a fun time to visit with your old friends or with your new friends. And it's really a wonderful way to end a great week. During this dinner, we toast our outgoing and our incoming board, and we also recognize the people who have worked so hard to become AEMs and CEMs. The attire for this event is formal if you want. It's a great time to dress up, but business is fine as well. Before the dinner, there is a half-hour reception. It's the event will be in the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel Ambassador Ballroom. So come and have drinks before the event and mingle. Maybe you'll you'll figure out who you want at your table, and then enjoy the dinner and the short program after.
All right, so this is a screenshot from our conference website. And if you find this page underneath the program tab, on the top banner here, you see a blue banner where the IAEM logo is, and it has various page headers. And if you click on that program one, it picks up this page. Let me go back, actually go back one page here again. So to get the program, it's searchable by speaker, by day, by tracks. If you're interested in a meeting or you're interested just to find out what pre-conference training we have, you can search by track. If you're interested search by interest area, let's say you want to know sessions that are talking about healthcare or sessions that are talking about actual events, active shooter, weather service. You can search by interest area and it'll pull up all the sessions underneath particular interest areas that fall in our conference program. So for instance, for this webinar, if you click on the full conference program, it'll take you to this next page, which is basically our schedule at a glance. So it gives you basically a time tick from the start of our conference on Friday till the end of our conference, really on next Thursday, Friday, where our post-conference training. Everything that happens, the times, the session, where the location is, who the speakers are, in a schedule at a glance. Now, these little pencils here on the left-hand border, if you click on one of those, it'll actually pull up the detail for every session or event in our program. So here's a session. It gives you the title, gives you the abstract, the time, location, what track it's in, all the interest areas that it might cover, and who the speaker is. You can see there, Mr. Donald Lumpkins. It kind of looks like it's a hyperlink. It is. You click on his name, and it pulls up information about him, his bio, and etc. This is what we like to call the big board, and it is a very large board. It probably sits about 12 feet tall and maybe about, I don't know, 12 feet, 15 feet wide. It sits in our registration area and is a very large schedule at a glance. You can't miss it because you'll see a lot of people standing by it. And it gives you, if you want to look at the big picture all in one spot, this is where you want to go.
Donna, would you like to speak to the IAEM mobile app?
Sure. The mobile app is probably the greatest tool. The one year I didn't have it, and I noticed other people had it, so they showed me how it worked, and I couldn't believe that I didn't use it. This is a great way where you can develop your own schedule. It's where you can read bios about the speakers and the session descriptions. You can see who the sponsors are, and you can look at the presentations that will be in the program. I just downloaded it today. It's really great, and if you can, please download it because it will make your experience so much better.
As Donna mentioned, this is a great app. It's got the schedule, the exhibitors, maps, speakers, and so much more. It's a great tool to have on your phone.
IAEM we're very customer service focused. We want you to have a really great experience at the conference, and we consider it one of the premier conferences. If you see someone wearing this button, the ambassador button, then you have found someone who can help you. They can help you find rooms, answer questions, help you locate something, and we'll be really happy to hear feedback that you have about your experience. We are all about making the conference better every year, so this is one way we can make sure that you can always find someone to help you out.
One of the other things that is new this year, and again, it's because of listening to the participants, they said, why don't we have a challenge coin that really focuses on that particular conference with the logo on it? So we talked to one of our IAEM members who has some experience in this, And this is the design that we came up with for this year. As you can see, it's the conference theme, the logo on one side, and then on the other side is the IAEM logo. These are going to be for sale in the IAEM bookstore for only $15. Because we didn't know how fast these would sell, we ordered a smaller supply. So I encourage you, while supply lasts, stop by and pick one up. I believe we had 300 of these ordered, so they will be a hot commodity this year.
We're trying to make sure that everybody has as much information and as much help as they can possibly get at the conference. And if you're somebody like me who considers themselves technology challenged, having a crisis technology center is a really great thing at a conference this large. It's a great lab technology environment where people can come and learn and discuss the latest in emerging technologies, talk about new media communications and best practices relating to advances in technology for EOC management, social media, and more. It's staffed by experts from virtually every level of the world of emergency management, government, private sector, higher education, nonprofit industries, who are all members of one of our great caucuses, the Emerging Technology Caucus. Remember we talked about all those caucuses earlier? Well, this is one that does a lot of work and helps a lot of people in our organization. We kind of call them techsperts. They might call themselves techies, but whatever you want to call them, they have information and skills that can help you. You can take valuable information that you learn there, take it back to your agency, and work in new ways that will help you be more effective and more efficient. They also have, along with this discussion and lounge environment, they will host tech talks and demonstrations on a variety of topics that will be dedicated at each EMEX break.
A couple other items that I'd like to cover. They're typical concerns for new conference attendees. We do have our online registration website, and you can pay by credit card or pay by check. That is an option. We also have on-site registration that's available. The list of conference hotels is on the website. We've added one, the Country Inn and Suites. It has rooms the entire length of the conference, and there will be a free shuttle available to the conference center. The room blocks at other hotels are almost sold out, and limited availability is still available. Attire for the conference is business casual.
This is, if you have not already registered, this is our registration fee page. And on top here, you'll see our registration, the black button way on top. Register now takes you right to how you can register online. In the middle of this page is this blue banner says, view this video for step-by-step instructions for how to register. It's a great video we have created this year. It basically walks you through how to log in, how do you register, how do you add events, training to your registration, and how do you complete your registration to make sure that you are registered. It's very short, so if you're having trouble, I suggest you watch that video. It walks you right through it. One thing to say that we are mailing out the badges this year. We mailed them out last year as well. They'll be going out in a couple weeks. So you will be getting your badge in the mail. If you happen to register after that point in time, you can pick your badge up on site in the registration area. A lot of people ask about the difference between the full and basic registration fee. The full registration fee includes tickets to the Sunday welcome party, which we talked about at the Grand Rapids Public Museum, and the Wednesday presidential banquet, which we also mentioned. It's also a great way to end the conference. If you just include the basic registration fee, it does not include tickets to those events. You can, however, purchase them separately if you want to, one or the other, but it's more economical to purchase the full registration fee and have both tickets to the events than to add the events separately to your registration.
So where are we this year? We're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and the exact location is the DeVos Place Convention Center and the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel. These are connected, and although they are not the same location, they are very near one another, and it will provide us with an opportunity to get our steps in every day as we walk back and forth. But we're real excited about being there. These are great locations, and we expect to have a wonderful conference because we've got a lot of great things in store for you at these two locations.
Grand Rapids. A lot of people wonder why we pick Grand Rapids. It happens to be a very awesome town. On this page, things to do. It lists anything you could possibly think of that you want to do in the area that you're interested in, whether you like arts and culture, you like craft breweries, which they happen to be called the Beer City USA in Grand Rapids. They are very also located next to Lake Michigan, about a half hour away. It is beautiful. If you think about the Virgin Islands and the water, the crystal nice blue, that's what you're looking at. It's gorgeous out there. It's also going to be autumn. They got a lot of apple orchards if that's something you're into. To top it all off, Grand Rapids is an extremely walkable town. If you walk outside the hotel or the convention center, there are more than 100 lounges and restaurants within walking distance of the convention center. You don't need to Uber anywhere. You don't need to walk a long distance. All you got to do is walk a few blocks and you are there, some right outside the door. Also inside the Amway Grand, there are about 7 restaurants on various levels, some super nice, some just walk in and grab some food, others sports bar, big TVs, you name it, outside patio places, various things to do there. Also on this hotel and travel page, it has links to how you can get around Grand Rapids. They have public transportation, gives you links to the fares and how you can do that. Like I said, most of it's walkable. There are parking at the convention center. There's parking at every single hotel. There's also, we have show your badge opportunities. So if you have your badge, you get discounts to various restaurants, shopping, the local attractions, like for instance, across the river, we were talking about the Grand Rapids Public Museum. If you want to go there outside of the welcome party, it is a fee to get in, but with your badge, you get a discount. Same thing with right across the street is the Gerald R. Ford Museum. Also, you get a discount with your badge. The beautiful Frederick Meyer Gardens, the sculpture park, is a discount, as is the Grand Rapids Art Museum, and they have a local zoo there. Plus, there is a laundry list of other items to do in Grand Rapids. If you need to find more things to do, this is the place to look because it'll give you links to just about anything you could possibly think of in Grand Rapids.
And as if that page wasn't enough to keep you busy while you're in Grand Rapids, another terrific opportunity is the escape room outing. We've arranged for IAEM attendees to get a discounted rate between Friday and Sunday, the 19th and 21st, to come and try your skills at the escape room. There are 3 different themes in the escape room, and we have seen several of our committees and our caucuses form teams, kind of a competition to see which one of the caucuses or committees might be able to solve the problem and escape the room the fastest. But you don't have to have a team. You can go as an individual and just join a group that's there and have a wonderful time. I have not been to these in Grand Rapids because I've never been there, but I have done an escape room, and they are a tremendous way to spend some time and have some fun, even if it's with people that you've never met before. It's a wonderful thing, and this should be a great outing if you're looking for something to do over the weekend before the conference starts.
One other activity that's taking place before the conference start is Saturday night, October 20th at 7 p.m. The puck drops. Grand Rapids Griffins. It's a hockey game going to be played against another great team, the Chicago Wolves. Now, both of these teams are American Hockey League affiliates, and the Griffins are actually linked to the Detroit Red Wings. So I encourage you to come out for an exciting night of hockey with the Grand Rapids Griffins. Pricing is listed there. They've got special discounted prices. So if you log into griffinshockey.com at promo code and then enter emergency 18, you'll get the discounted rate. Should be an exciting game, to say the least.
So besides wearing your favorite hockey team shirt, the conference, what to wear? It's business casual, and lots of people wear throughout the week their organization's logo, but especially we have a logo day on Wednesday where we encourage everyone to wear their agency or school logo. But other than that, it's business casual. We will be walking, so wear comfortable walking shoes, and also sometimes it's very chilly in conference centers and conference hotel rooms. So, bring a jacket or something if you tend to be cold.
You'll find all the information about the conference on our website, iaemconference.info. Free training that's going to occur pre-conference, information about the speakers, information about the sessions, lots and lots of information. I highly encourage you, if you have questions, go to the website. We have tried to set up information to give you based upon the questions we've been asked over the last several years. As you can see from this web shop that Julie put up there, conference facts and questions. Click on any of the questions and you'll have the answer. This is a special page we've created based upon what folks have asked us in the past. How do I register? How do I add an event once I've registered? What about meals? What if I'm only attending one day? So take a look at that and hopefully that will steer you in the right direction. As we mentioned earlier, if you come up with questions that maybe we haven't covered during this webinar, please feel free to get a hold of myself, Donna Franklin, or Dave Barber, the vice chairs. We'd be glad to help you out. We do want to make this a great experience for everybody this October in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Mike, we have one question, although I think we may have covered it here throughout the entire webinar. Other than networking, what differentiates IAEM Conference from others?
Well, one of the things that I can tell you that differentiates is not only the networking, but the fact that we have some of the latest and greatest speakers on hot topics that are being presented. A lot of other conferences will book their speakers almost a year out. And Julie, as you know, we try to save a couple spots for last minute incidents that are occurring or last minute changes in policies or codes that maybe impact a wide variety of emergency managers. So I really do mean when I say you're getting the latest and the greatest, we make sure that that occurs. Donna or David, anything you'd like to add?
No, I think we've done a pretty good job of covering it.
I agree that we've done a great job of covering it. The only other thing I would add is that I don't think there's another organization that goes to the links that IAEM does to provide opportunities for people to find a specific niche or topic that they want to focus in on and become part of it. With our caucuses and committees, that provides a level of depth that I don't think you'll find in any other conference or any other organization. And along with all the things that we offer, great speakers, all the networking, all these great opportunities to have things to do, along with that topical specific depth, I think that's those are the big selling points for why somebody should come to this conference.
Julie, any other questions?
We don't have any more questions at this time. I think we've covered it well.
Well, I thank everyone for joining us today. And again, we hope to see all of y'all in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining, everyone.